What's up, gang? Case here with our CrossFit strength work and Metcon for Saturday, July 31st. Our strength work today is 5 sets of 4 thrusters. You'll start off a new set every 2 minutes, and you're going to build up weight, hopefully in a consistent increment every 2 minutes. So maybe you jump 5 pounds every 2 minutes, maybe you jump 10 pounds every 2 minutes. So get some warm-up sets in before those working sets, but leave yourself some room to build. We want to push ourselves quite a bit heavier on these thrusters for strength work than what we plan to do in the Metcon. Our goal on these is to build our thruster technique as well as our thruster strength, and also start to introduce our body to some heavier loads so that we can transfer that into moving faster at a lighter load in that Metcon. Shoulder width stance on that thruster, well, let's back that up. When you pull it off the ground, you want that hip width stance because we want a good power clean or squat clean up to the shoulder. Once the bar's on the shoulder, shoulder width stance. This is not like a front squat, so we don't want to go 2-finger grip. We want all those fingers to stay on the bar, but we still want to get our elbows as high as we can with the bar resting up on that shoulder shelf to facilitate a good front squat. Keeping good posture on that front squat, super important on that thruster because it's really going to play into that power transfer as we drive overhead. If we let that back start to round, or if we hit the bottom kind of hard and let our hips fly, then a lot of our power is not going straight up into that bar. So we want to think belly tight, tall, stiff torso. This is the shelf that you're throwing the bar from. Control that rep on the way down, especially on these strength sets. And then as we hit the top, squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt. Make sure that we're not arched out. We want everything to be stacked, catching right back on that shoulder, a little bit slower on the way down, explosive with the legs on the way up. And remember to fully extend the hips before using those arms. We want to get all the leg power into that bar before we press with those arms. Once again, make a 5 to 10 pound jump in between each set. You'll have 5 total rounds of those 4 thrusters. For the Metcon today, 5 rounds for time, 10 thrusters, 10 pull-ups, and then a 1-minute rest. So we're building into the benchmark workout Fran, which is 21-15-9 of thrusters and pull-ups. So we're staying away from those bigger sets of 21 and 15, but we're going to accumulate more volume today than you would if you did Fran. So the idea here is to start introducing yourself to the weight that you plan to use on that benchmark workout in a couple weeks, to start pushing for some decently big sets. If you can do these 10 reps unbroken, go for it. If not, you shouldn't have to do more than 2 sets to get up to that 10 every time. So maybe by the end, you're going 6 and 4 or 5 and 5, but we want these reps to be relatively fast and explosive because Fran is a short workout, and in that workout, we want the reps to be fast and explosive. So same technique on those thrusters. We're just moving a little bit faster on these. As soon as we hit the top, we're coming right back down into that next squat. We still want to control that front squat a little bit more because once we lose that posture, you're actually having to use a lot more energy to get that barbell up overhead. So a little bit slower on the way down, keeping good position. Might feel like a slower rep, but it's going to keep your efficiency up. After that, you'll go right into your 10 pull-ups today. Kipping pull-up is going to be the preferred method. Long body, arch in the bottom, push back, and then as you hit that farthest back point of your swing, you throw those hips towards the bar, you pull with the arms, and then don't forget to push away at the top because that's what creates that next swing. On this one, let's try to get to 10 in 3 sets or less. So if you've got pull-ups without assistance, let's work on those some today. But if it's taking you more than 3 sets to get to 10 reps, let's bring a band into the equation. Banded pull-ups will be our preferred scaling method, and then chest to bar pull-ups will be our RX Plus option. If you're going chest to bar, remember, make physical contact with the bar somewhere between the collarbone and the sternum. That's the movement standard for those chest to bar. After your 10 pull-ups, spot that clock. You'll rest a minute before that next round. Keep your intensity up today, but control that down motion, especially on that thruster. Work on technique. Make sure you're getting it stacked over your ear at the top. You're keeping it on that shoulder shelf as you squat. And if you're able, and if you want to do the prescribed version of Fran, you need to be able to get that hip crease below the knee every time. So work on depth when it comes to those thrusters as well. Good luck on today's workout, and we'll see you back on Monday.